Hi guys, here we are again with a new lesson, and today it's a how-to lesson, and specifically it's about how to express wishes in English. Okay, so let's get started. So first we need to know how do we express wishes in English, and what's the form. Okay, so normally we have two different forms. We could use wish as a verb or use the form if only. So examples: I wish I had more money, or if only I had more money. Another example: Ahmed wishes he could speak German, or we could say if only Ahmed could speak German. Now we need to know that we have three types of wishes. We have past wishes, so dealing with talking about a past situation; present wishes, about the present; and then future wishes, dealing with the future situation. So present wishes, we know that the main verb of the sentence is conjugated in simple past. Okay, and then as we said before, it's about situations in the present. Okay, so here are some examples. I wish I were rich, but I know now I'm not rich. So maybe in the future, who knows? But now I wish I were rich. So notice that we're not saying I wish I was, but I wish I were. So normally we need to avoid using was when talking about wishes. Example number 2: if only we weren't in lockdown. But we know that right now we are in lockdown. Okay. And example number 3: Sana wishes she had a pet cat, but we know now she doesn't have a pet cat. Okay, so in all these examples we are using simple past for the main verb of the sentence. Past wishes, they are used to express regret, and for the main verb we use the past perfect. And again, talking about past situations, meaning that something happened, we regret it, but we cannot change anything. So we use the past perfect for the main verb. Examples: Ahmed wishes that he had worked harder last year. And by the way, that in this example is optional, so we could use it or could just remove it from the example. But as we said, it's regret because we know that Ahmed didn't work hard last year, and as a result he failed, so he just expresses regret. Example number 2: if only Khalid had driven his car, hadn't driven his car too fast. But we know that Khalid did drive his car too fast, and as a result he had an accident. Again, it's just regret. We are using the past perfect. Example number 3: the student wishes or wished. So we could use both forms here. So the student wishes, or the student wished that he hadn't dropped out of school, but again it's just regret because we know that the student had dropped of the out of school. Okay. Future wishes. Okay, and as we said about future situations, and we use the form would plus infinitive, and sometimes you could use could plus infinitive or might plus infinitive, but personally I prefer using would, just to avoid any misunderstanding. Okay, so I prefer using would most of the time. Okay, so here are some examples of future wishes. I wish a lot of people would come to my party again. So in the future, so my party is going to take place in the future, and I wish a lot of people would come to the party. Okay. Number 2: Amin wishes the neighbor's dog would stop barking. Why? Because that dog has been barking for a long time. Okay, so are using would plus infinitive. Sorry. Number 3: we all wish the current pandemic would end very soon. Yeah, so this is a future wish. So we wish this pandemic, this COVID-19 pandemic, would end very soon. Okay. So the last point I want to talk about is like somehow a comparison between past wishes and conditional type 3. So if you remember, when we dealt with conditional sentences, we said that conditional type 3 is used to express regret, which is the same as past wishes. So both forms express regret, which means it's possible to switch from conditional type 3 to a past wish and vice versa. So which means if you have a conditional sentence type 3, we could change it into a past wish, or if we have a past wish, we could turn it into a conditional type 3 sentence, as we could see in those examples. If Khalid hadn't driven his car too fast, he wouldn't have had an accident. For the past wish, we could say, if only Khalid hadn't driven his car too fast, millions of people wouldn't have died if the world wars hadn't taken place. Or I wish the world wars hadn't taken place. So switching from condition type 3 to a past wish. If they had invited me to the party, I wouldn't have said no. Or as a past wish, we could say, if only they had invited me to the party. So I hope this was clear. I know it's not very complicated, okay? So I hope again all this situation will end very soon and we'll be able to meet very soon, inshallah, okay? Just hold on, guys, and be safe, okay? So thank you very much. Peace.